my God.
Alright, getting in position, as always. Welcome to Hunger for Horror. It's probably been about a week and a half, 2 weeks. All I got left is a small update. You've seen most of my horror collection. Like I said, I may move into other types of films to share with you at some point, even though I'm not going to change the name of the channel or anything like that. Because eventually, you know, I'm going to come back with new horror stuff from time to time. I'm not going to have some of these huge updates that some people have, because I just don't have those kind of funds for this sort of thing. But
so,
I do get a few here and there.
The first movie of this new video, well, it's not been updated yet because this is just the start of the video, but Hollow, it is waiting for you. That may just look like bark, but it's actually a real monster. That's right.
It's a British horror film, kind of, you know, like a Blair Witch, very similar to Blair Witch. A little repetitious, you know, but for what it is, pretty well done. I didn't love it, but I liked it. But you know, it's not. I don't know. If you like movies like this, if you like The Gallows and you like Blair Witch Project, this will probably satisfy you. So that's really all I want to say about
Daddy,
that. Yes.
Sorry. Okay. So I barely have any space to literally fit into the.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
Into the film.
There we go. Well,
I mean, I want to be in here, but if I can't be on.
Well, here,
the
why don't you
screen.
sit up on this pillow, because you're a little shorter than I am.
Okay.
And
So
you can sit on the edge of the table and here.
I don't really know what you're saying.
There,
okay.
sit on it here.
There we go. So next one is Blood Car. I get bloody noses a lot, so may even have one during the video. Let's hope not.
Right. I hope not either. Watch it, don't rest your elbow on that, because it's... Okay, Blood Car. My understanding is this is kind of a black humor, kind of a half horror, half comedy. Gas prices killing you, fight back. Well, apparently they got a car that runs on blood, I believe is what this is about. Because, let's see, in the all too foreseeable future, gas prices approach $40 a gallon, so causing some Americans to abandon their vehicles and others to seek alternate sources of fuel. So apparently somebody comes up with a car that runs on blood and they kill people so they can get blood, so they can, you know, go to the grocery store, I guess.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know, wherever they got to go. But anyway, heard it was good. Sounds interesting. Like I said, kind of some twisted kind of humor kind of thing. This particular film, now I've got a few films here. I'm going to separate some of these from the other ones because they were pickups at a pawn shop, or these are basically my bargain store pickups. I'm just going to go ahead and separate them out. I'm sorry, I should have done this before I jumped in here, but I believe that's all of them. So these are my bargain store pickups that I got, like at Goodwill, pawn shops, things like that. And I've had these for a little while. Here's an old Platinum Edition. They come in these hard plastic cases. This is Alexandra Paul from Baywatch. Anthony Michael Hall, Michelle Johnson, Fallen Angel. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these, but these boxes are really cool. It's very seldom that you find one that isn't broken. So I was really happy that I found one of these old style DVDs in a Goodwill when I went out of town to visit some relatives. So anyway, kind of a hard one to find now, and I've seen it before. Not a bad movie. Rented it once upon a time years ago. You okay, baby?
Yeah, I just got a lot of junk in my throat.
This is my stack I'm going through right now. I'm saving those.
Okay. Just a PSA, I do now have spring allergies, so do expect to love coughing in this video.
Would you like me to take over till you get your voice under control? Okay.
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay, well go ahead then.
Probably won't get the yucks too annoyed that really want to subscribe to us. Also, speaking of subscribing, go hit that subscribe button if you haven't already.
Yeah,
so,
we like that. That would be nice. Thank you.
Sorority row.
Sorority. That's how you pronounce that word.
I tried to do my best.
You ever heard of on college they have sororities and fraternities? This just looks like a good old typical old school slasher. I got it for like $1 or $2. Again, I think this was a pickup at a Goodwill out of town on a little family trip. Next.
So this, I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but this is not a 3 or 4 pack. No. Make sure you don't faint or pass out by this, but it's a 20 pack. 20 horror films!
Yeah, and I picked this up for like $1.25 or something like that, and it's all movies, and it's on, how many discs are on this? Let's see. Oh yeah, they're packed in here fairly nicely for what they are. They usually have 4 or 5 movies a disc. So anyway, here's all the movies in there, and it has this little slip thing with a little bit of information about each film right there. So that's not bad. And just, wow, the movies that are on this collection. Let me just go through these real fast. The Prophecy 2. Wes Craven presents Dracula 3, Legacy, The House That Would Not Die. Seed People, The Greenskeeper, Grimm, Evil Bong 3, The Wrath of Bong. Deadly Instincts, Evidence of a Haunting, 7 Nights of Darkness. Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, one I didn't have. Actually, I don't think I've had any of these. There might be one on here I have. I'm not sure. Children of the Corn 666, Isaac's Return. The Dark, Lurking Fear. Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth. That one I didn't have. I have the first 2 Hellraisers. Sideshow, that's the one I have. The Dead of Night. The Haunting of Fox Hollow Farm. Shackled, and Head of the Family. And I know that, based on what I've read, that at least 4 of these are really good movies. So I'd say that was a bargain. Especially considering I think I only paid like $1.25 for it. It was kind of a package deal. I bought a few of those, and it was a pawn shop thing. So what you got next?
Next one, not a 2-pack. It's just Dark Insanity.
Sweet Insanity is what it's called. Sweet.
Oh.
You said dark. It's sweet.
Oh.
But it is kind of a dark film. But anyway, Meet the New Girl, it says. And it looks kind of interesting. Got a kind of a sinister-looking girl holding a knife. So.
Well, don't go that hard on it, because it is dark.
That was a pawn shop pickup.
I don't know, whenever I do that sound, this cheek doesn't go out. It's actually always this one. It's kind of awkward, but yeah. The Hollow.
Yeah, The Hollow. I'm sure this is the case of the Headless Horseman type movie. Again, part of the same shopping trip to the pawn shop. They happen to have some things I actually wanted. I can go to a pawn shop and they could have, 300 DVDs and I don't want any of them. In this particular run, they had probably about 8 or 9 at least. These are just the horror films. I picked up some other stuff. And like I said, they were easily, $1 a piece or less. I mean, it was crazy. But it was a good deal. So, anyway, go ahead. What's the next one?
So next one is Home of Terror. Looks like it was ripped up.
Well, it looks like it had a sticker on it one time. It was probably a former rental, which a lot of these are. And somebody took it to the pawn shop, decided they didn't want to hold on to it anymore. It's a full moon movie, so you know how these are. They're kind of low budget, but they're usually pretty good for the most part. So, I don't know. Looked and sounded interesting, so... Again, if you've seen any of these and you want to share your opinions on them, I haven't got around to watching all these yet. It's going to take me a while.
So, next one.
This was a pawn shop pickup, and this one was brand new, so it had a wrapper on it.
And also don't spoil the... Sorry, I tried to cough there, but sometimes trying to cough actually doesn't work. I'm actually purposely trying to cough because that's why I got this junk out of my throat.
So, yeah, not only do we talk about the symptoms of spring allergies, we also talk about horror movies as kind of a side thing.
Just PSA for you all. Educational channel. Hit that subscribe button yet?
Well, so, let's tell them about something.
If you guys have ever seen like a tire swing, like hanging off the ground, well, this is Hangman.
Yeah, but it's a noose hanging down. The hangman. The guy that was responsible for hanging people when they used to do those kind of public executions, like in the Old West. This looks like a found footage film, based on what I can tell. So it might be a lot like Hollow, Blair Witch, Paranormal Activity, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, there's the back of it. Don't know how clear that's going to be to you, but anyway, there it is. So I can't really say anything about how good it is. Like I said, a lot of these I haven't even watched yet.
And here Just
an update. Good.
Just stop getting in my face, Daddy. Otherwise, you two will get divorced. Well, they have
me and the camera?
no. You and Mommy, which
Oh.
is actually off screen right now, fooling around on Facebook on the computer. I was actually on the computer.
Tell us about the next film.
Okay. So
Please.
here is a stupid title for a horror movie, just called Special Effects. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me?
Well, the recently deceased Larry Cohen was known as a masterful filmmaker, and considering this is an MGM DVD, I figured that this was probably out of print or hard to find, because a lot of these old MGM DVDs are. And since it's Larry Cohen and I haven't seen it, I thought, well, you know, this will probably be good. So, I hope so. Anyway, there it is.
Oh my goodness me.
We're going to change this to the Belch channel here in a minute. Okay. Those were all my, and again, and that was a pawn shop pickup.
Excuse me, this is a horror channel. Are you really going to change it to the Belch channel?
No.
If a channel, like, take this. If you're just fooling around on YouTube looking for something to watch, and you come across a YouTube channel called Belch Channel, would you be interested in that? I don't think so. So, if you guys want to do that, be my guest. But I would rather just make a normal YouTube channel. Thank you very much. But Shakama looks like a gorilla, more
It's a
like
baboon.
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 More like Donkey Kong. He's gorilla. Oh, I liked Rampage, by the way. Go check it out.
Rampage is good. But anyway, Shakma, a Code Red release. I think I got this from. I think I got it from Ronin Flicks. Ronin Flicks. Sometimes Dark Force Entertainment will have some of the Code Red titles. Sometimes they're the only ones that carry certain titles. Okay,
So,
next.
have we shown?
This is a good one, by the way. This one I have seen. It's been a few years, but it's really good. Can't remember if we've shown this one or not, so I went ahead and pulled it anyway. We might have.
Guys, just let us know in the comments if we have shown the seasoning.
Yeah, I apologize. I don't remember which all ones. I think these are all the ones that have picked up since the last video, or that I hadn't. It was in a different section. I haven't picked all these up in 2 weeks, but it's probably been over the last couple months anyway. I just don't think I've shown them yet.
So, this one, let us know down in the comments if we've shown the seasoning house.
Yeah, and this movie is really, really good. This was a blind buy, and I picked it up, and I just thought this was amazing. So, definitely go to IMDb, read a synopsis. It's basically about this young deaf-mute girl trying to escape from this. She was kidnapped and prostituted to the military with some other girls, and she was enslaved to care for her fellow victims, and she is planning her escape and her revenge, and it's definitely a great horror tale, and it definitely keeps you guessing and wanting to see her succeed in her escape and whatnot. So I really, really enjoyed this one. So anyway,
So,
I would recommend it, obviously.
this cover shows some. I just stumbled upon the next cover and it's really brutal. But, student bodies looked creepy. Definitely a horror movie.
This was part of all a film sale, buy one get one free on deep discount,
Might put
which is a good deal for all of films. Cause I don't think I've ever found any all of film releases this inexpensive. But this is supposed to be one of the original horror movie spoofs, kind of like the Scary Movie series. But this came before it preceded it by quite a few years. It's called Student Bodies, and I've only got to watch a little bit of this, didn't get to finish it, but what I've seen is really good. It's really funny, and it definitely makes fun of every cliche that there is for a horror movie that you could think of from what I've seen so far. So I would have to recommend it based on what I've seen thus far.
what? Another spit on your grave. That's right.
That's a brand new one.
Oh yeah, I've heard about the new one.
And it's 2.5 hours long. So if you can handle 2.5 hours of that kind of brutality, It'll pay off. It's a good film. Go ahead. Let's show it to him.
Did you like it?
I loved it. I Spit on Your Grave, Deja Vu. Now, honestly, I'll be honest with you. I really liked this. And I told him that I liked it, and I thanked him for making the movie. And the two actresses from the movie, Camille Keaton, who was in the original. This is the true sequel to the original. Let me want to get these names right, since they were nice enough to Jamie Bernadette, I believe. It's kind of hard for me to read. And Camille Keaton, anyway.
Hang on, I'll read this for you. I'm way better at reading.
Well, I'm not reading the whole thing, honey, but let me finish what I want to say about it so we can go on to the next one. You've gotten to talk plenty. You'll get to talk more, I assure you. But anyway, the reboot was fantastic, and I like the two sequels after it. Now, I probably didn't like this as much as probably one or two of those other films, but it was so nice to see an official sequel to the original, even though it's 40 years later. Camille Keaton still has an attractive face. She definitely gives as good a performance as she gave in the first movie, if not better. Seems like a well-seasoned actress, and this movie will definitely be heart-wrenching in parts. It's kind of like the end game of the classic horror series. It's like it's like if there was an equivalent to in I Spit It on Your Grave world to the Avengers new movie. This is probably it, because it's got drama and it's got things that'll make you sad and things that'll get you excited, and maybe even one or two things that make you laugh a little bit, because it does definitely have some little bits of humor sprinkled here and there. But it's 2.5 hours, so you have to stick with it. It's a hard 2.5 hours because of the brutality. They could probably trim 15-20 minutes out of this movie easily, as far as I'm concerned. But hey, I was just happy to have the film, and it's definitely worth checking out. So, Spit on Your Grave fans, I think you'll at least be marginally happy with this if you don't like it, and I liked it quite a bit. So
this one, I think there's a woman in here.
Yeah, but it's really shadowed out.
And it looks cold. It's called Stone Cold Dead.
Yeah, looks like she's in the shower and she's dying, or she's been attacked, and it's blurred out, so you can't really see anything. I mean, I'll cover it with my hand so I don't upset anybody. But anyway, Stone Cold Dead. It's kind of a detective thriller kind of thing, starring Richard Crenna. This was part of a Kino Lorber sale. They had some good prices on some stuff, and I like the Kino Lorber sales. Order from them direct. So, next one.
So this one is actually a 2-pack, not a 20-pack, although that would be amazing. This one, Blood Drenched, a double feature. Woo! Crazy double features. So, The Wizard of Gore.
And what's the other movie called?
And the Gore Girls. Stop it with the gores!
Well, it's a Herschel Gordon Lewis 2-pack, so it's all about gore. So naturally, he puts he put the word gore, the Gore Girls instead of the Go Girls. Wizard of Gore. I saw the re-release that they did for Dimension Extreme with Crispin Glover, and I liked it. So now I get to watch the original. So at some point, I'm going to watch these, and I've always wanted to see the Gore Girls. And there's a few other Herschel Gordon Lewis films I haven't seen. So at some point I will catch up, and I've heard these are good. This is a single Blu-ray. It's not two, so they're both on one disc, which a Blu-ray should have no trouble holding two old Herschel Gordon Lewis films. So anyway, there's that one.
So next one. I don't know if you guys have watched Snoopy. Not just Snoopy. Peanuts. If you're a kid and you're for some reason watching this right now,
well, a lot of adults enjoy Peanuts. It's not just kids.
So I don't know if you know this, but Snoopy's house is sometimes called the Red Baron. Oh wait, I thought it was Red Raven, but
you know what a raven is, don't you?
I think it's a type of bird.
It is a type of bird. And this is based off of, I believe, Edgar Allan Poe's original.
It's the name of the raven. Just a bird. Just a bird. If this was actually a bird, if this was actually like about a bird, I would totally not watch this.
Well, anyway, this movie is based on Edgar Allan Poe, at least in part here. Let's see, John Cusack, blood-curdling tale of terror. That's a dark and haunting as the legendary master macabre who inspired it. So it's inspired by Edgar Allan Poe. But that's John Cusack, who I always think delivers an excellent performance in anything he's ever been in, even since he was a teenager. And I think that I've heard really good things about it. I haven't seen it yet. This was a pickup at Big Lots. I think it was $3. So kind of hard to pass up because, you know, I know it's going to be a quality watch. So
this, by the way, we only have 5 more movies left. This is a quick video. So, this one looks like just a head buried in food. Disgusting. Tales that witness madness.
yeah.
Madness.
And what
Madness.
now? What do you call a movie that has a series of several short stories in it? This is a term that I brought up on numerous occasions. Previous videos, I know y'all have been watching. You already know. It begins with an A. It's called a anthology. So that's what this is. And it's got legendary actors in it. Joan Collins, Donald Houston, Susie Kendall, Donald Pleasance. Those are some of the names I recognize. Y'all might recognize some of the other ones there. I'll let you see it. You know, y'all can pause it and focus in on it if you want. But I heard this is good. I'm always up for a good old anthology with great legendary actors, so I thought, well, why not? And it was part of the olive sale as well.
This
at
is
deep discount.
Once again another 2-pack. But this is TV terrors.
These are made for television
Hence
films.
the name. Well, there are TVs on presenting the movie head to head. It's really weird because it's like my head is glued to his chin. That's really weird, but
well, show it to him. Let's talk about these real quick.
So the movies on this official 2-pack are the Initiation of Sarah,
which has been remade, but this is the original version, the good one.
Oh, and Are You in the House Alone?
Right, which is kind of
maybe
reminiscent.
change it to the Belch channel.
Kind of reminiscent of When a Stranger Calls. So, Initiation of Sarah is Morgan Fairchild. It's kind of a Carrie-ish kind of story. And Are You in the House Alone again? Like I said, it's kind of like When a Stranger Calls. But anyway, these are both really good. Not my favorite TV films of all time, but The Initiation of Sarah is probably in my top 3. Of course, my favorite TV horror film of all time is Dark Night of the Scarecrow, which I've already shared with you. Okay, next one. Let's go.
So this one is a 4-pack. I don't know why I did the crazy person sign. This is, I was about to say loser sign, but I'm not calling you losers. You guys are great. So Earthquake, Airport, Hindenburg, and Roller Coaster. I've ridden Prowler. If you guys have been to Worlds of Fun, this boy's ridden it. This boy right here. So Ultimate Disaster Pack.
And I kind of contemplate whether or not to even include this one in this video, but it's kind of more of a thriller. But gosh, you know, earthquakes and planes crashing and people blowing up roller coasters with people on them, that's pretty horrific. So why not? I mean, you know, that could pass for horror, I think, especially if you were the person involved and it was real. But anyway, a good deal for this. You know, average about $2 a film. It's 2 DVDs on little hinge trays like this. 2 films per disc. So anyway, there's that one. And then we got 2 left.
So guys, Dad was actually watching this last night. It's called Dark Age.
Right. I didn't get to finish it last night, so I still need to finish this. And I've seen it years ago. And you know me and my crocodile films. If you watched the previous videos, you know. And he's mentioned alligator's my favorite. Well, this is one of those Australian saltwater crocodiles. This is what they call an Aussie exploitation or Oz-sploitation film. And this is from Umbrella. It is an import, but it's region free. So if you are in the United States and you have a region 1 player, you can order this off Amazon. and it's really original, interesting, one of the better crocodile horror films I've seen. It actually has a little bit of heart to it too. So, you know, if you're a lover of crocodiles and alligators and animals like that, this one will, I think, be a surprise to you. I don't like it as much as the movie Alligator, but I would definitely I'd say I'd put this in my top 3 or 4 at least of those type of films that I've seen. And I like it, and I'm really glad that it came out on Blu-ray and it came out on a format that I can actually play on my player. Because oftentimes movies will come out in foreign countries and they won't be region free, and I won't be able to, and then there's no domestic release of them, of course, and that's the reason I bought this import.
So this is the last movie already, and Happy Hell Night. Only one hell in this video. Thank goodness.
Okay, well, Happy Hell Night is starring Darren McGavin. It is a Code Red release, so a little harder to get, you know, so you got to watch for it and see if it's available. I don't know if it's still available right now or not. You'll have to check one of those handy-dandy websites that I've mentioned, Screen Archives Entertainment, Ronin Flicks, and then there's Dark Force Entertainment. Oftentimes carries Code Red titles. So look around. Don't go, and every now and then they come back around, even if they aren't available right now. But you know, there will be people that will buy them when they have them in stock. They'll put them on eBay or something like that, and they'll try to sell them for $50, $60, $70. So if you can, you know, get away with paying, you know, 20-ish or 30-ish at the most for these, you know, pick them up at one of those websites. But anyway, I love Darren McGavin. You know, he was in The Night Stalker, of course, the TV series and the TV movies, and of course, you know, A Christmas Story, played the dad. So he's a legendary actor, one of my favorites, and so there was no way that I didn't want to see this because he's in it. So I hope to get to watch that one and give you a good review on it sometime. But
thank you for watching our latest video, although we will doing more, why can't I say we will be doing more videos in the future.
Yep, as needed.
This is just our latest video, so we hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it as much as I did, do leave it a like. Maybe even subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, or
if you like
comments. I like comments. We don't get a lot of comments. So tell us what you think. You say, hey, that's lame, you should do this. Okay, tell us what you think.
Well,
we're open to constructive criticism.
Well, don't say that that's lame, because then we might just shut down the channel, and you'll feel bad if you're the one that shut down the channel.
Oh, I'm not going to shut down the channel, but one thing I will let you all know out there, I don't think I'll be able to keep this up every week because I've went through the bigger part of my collection and shared it with you already, so I hope you've enjoyed what I have shared with you. But when I have enough stuff acquired to make a video, I will make another one and share whatever my recent pickups are, basically like this video. So again, thank you for watching, appreciate it. I don't really have anything else to say, but thank you.
And we will see you in our next video in probably about a week.
No, it's probably going to be longer than a week. I doubt I'll have enough to share with them in a week.
Well, we'll just see you.
Maybe some movie reviews. Maybe something I watched during the week or something. Maybe I'll do more in-depth reviews.
But maybe we will see you in a week. But we don't know.
Yeah.
Because we can't tell the future. Unless... But yeah.
Yeah, we're not fortune. This isn't fortune tellers for horror. Okay, well, I'm going to shut off the camera, so thank you all so much. And please stay tuned. Watch for new videos. There will be some at some point.
Subscribe.
But they're probably not going to be weekly anymore, folks. But I will be bringing videos. I'm not shutting down the channel. So don't think that for a minute. Thanks. Bye.